Okay, let's talk about the other game in the NFC. Quote, no place for the timid.
Yeah, this is going to be great. How many fantastic 49er Cowboy games have there been in NFL history? I mean, going back to Roger Staubach and John Brody in the early 70s, and of course, the catch in 1981 with Montana and Clark. I mean, so many great memories. Even in the 90s, there were some great matchups, the Troy Aikman, Steve Young years. Now it's a whole new era.
How dazzling was Dak Prescott in that Monday night win? 25 for 33, and he had 3 drop passes. I mean, he was razor sharp, and he throws 4 touchdown passes along the way. You look at the makeup of Cowboy football, and although I don't think they've run the ball very consistently nor well this year, gee, they got a lot of guys that catch the ball. And the unsung heroes are their tight ends. They got 2 big tight ends that catch a ton of passes that nobody talks about. Everybody talks about CeeDee Lamb and then Michael Gallup, the other kid. But boy, Dak just came blazing out of the gates last week, and he was just not unstoppable. And then, of course, the conversation has to involve Dallas's defense. And I mean, the Cowboys are not getting as much recognition, I don't think, defensively as they probably should. But they got 56 sacks and they got 34 takeaways, and their front is so active. And where is Micah Parsons? You better account for Micah Parsons, because he may be the elite pass rusher in the National Football League, and he plays all over. They line him up inside as a defensive tackle, and he's so undersized to be a tackle, but he's so quick he can't block the guy. Dallas is really complete. And San Francisco, boy, has this thing come together. And that kid quarterback, the last pick in the draft, what a spectacular season he's having. Frisco's won 11 straight. He's won 6 in a row as their starting quarterback. He doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't put the ball in places he should not put the ball in. And this is a raw rookie from Iowa State. You'd think he'd catch up to him. He'd wake up one morning and realize, holy cow, I'm in the playoffs. Am I in trouble? But he's not in trouble, because he's got Christian McCaffrey. And now they got Elijah Mitchell, the heavy-duty back off surgery. And they got Deebo Samuel. And they got Brian Ayuk. And then they got George Kittle, who's healthy. He's catching everything. And their offensive line is rock solid. They may have the healthiest offensive line in the entire National Football League. I don't think any of their guys have missed a game this season. And then that defensive front and what they got at linebacker, and then obviously the guys in the secondary. I mean, San Francisco is as good as Dallas is. I think Dak has the edge over Brock Purdy in terms of quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. But, boy, you look at the skill positions. Frisco may have the better complete skill positions led by CMC McCaffrey compared to what Dallas has got. And both play really, really good defense. You know, I hate to say maybe this is a field goal kickers contest. Because I think the quarterbacks are going to have a really tough time with the pass rush. But this is going to be a marquee game for sure in the NFC Finals. Who to pick? I'll pick San Francisco, because I just think they are in such a roll, and it's not sexy to play the kind of football they play because they bang it, and it's not sexy to play the kind of defense they play because they go get it. I'll pick Frisco over Dallas. Now, you can argue with me on this. You got 5 seconds to stand up and tell me what you think.
Well, I mean, I'm a Niner fan, so I'm all in on the 49ers. You know that. But, you say this could be a close game. Could come down to field goal kickers. That Dallas kicker, we got some trouble there.
Yeah, sidebar story, this Brett Maher thing. There's a lot of conversation. First of all, they have signed a veteran kicker to come in. They may carry 2 kickers on the roster. They just signed Tristan Vizcaino. He's bounced around the league. Actually, he was with the Chargers for a while. He's 11 for 12 in field goals in the last couple of years. He has come in. They may carry 2 kickers. There's the special teams coach, John Fossa, was asked, what's the explanation to what happened to Brett Maher on the weekend? And he said there were 2 things that were going on. One, they have a special K-ball that the kickers use. And there's 3 K-balls that are in the Cowboys bag. Well, 2 of them were kicked, wound up in the stands, and were not returned. So they had to use a different K-ball that had not been used before. They said that might have been an issue. There's another issue that the holder takes a blade of white grass and puts it right where the ball is supposed to be spotted. The officials interjected and said, you can't take something off the sidelines and put it as a marker on the field.
Oh.
So that this story just came out this morning that they refused to allow the Cowboys. Cowboys been doing it all year. Refused to allow the Cowboys to take this white marker, put it down. It's like it must be like a piece of plastic grass.
Mm-hmm.
Put it down so the holder, when he takes the snap, will set it down in direct line to where the white thing is. NFL said you can't do that, so he did not have his quote marker. Now, I don't know if that's a lame excuse or if that's reality or the loss of the K-ball's got something to do with it, but that's why Brett Maher missed 4 kicks along the way, and he's been rock solid. Jesus, he's really been good, but he wasn't good last week. You wonder about the psyche of the kicker.
Well, maybe at least they won't allow a snowplow to kind of clear the plane for the kicker. But yeah, this is just going to be an epic matchup from head to toe. I think we're all really looking forward to this game.